Blessings, blessings, blessings and grand rises, everyone. Welcome, welcome to mornings. Well, let's say it's usually cooking in the kitchen with Grace in the mornings, but we're not in the kitchen today. We're out and about. Guys, I want to say thank you so much for joining us this morning. I'm going to give y'all a few minutes to get in. Let me make sure that my volume is good. It's good. Perfect, perfect. We got a great value. I hope you guys had a great week. I missed you guys. I haven't been live for a while. I've been traveling. So I said today, let's do this. Because we have been talking about what's going on with Trump and Venezuela, and it looks like things are escalating today, years old. Okay. Trump is acting like a fool, like always, and trying to distract us. That's just my opinion. As you know, I'm a separatist here. I'm not a left or right, not a Democrat or Republican. I just separate from the BS. Okay. So if you're down with that unbiased commentary that we get from all over the world, please come in and hit the like button as the notifications going out. And if you don't know who I am, my name is Miss Grace. Okay. So as of September this year, we know that Trump has been hitting the Caribbean seas relentlessly. Okay. And we already talked about who's going to be his fall guy. Keep your eye out because they're getting knocked off one by one. These people are just pawns for the bigger picture, and that is allegedly Trump agenda. But I think that is a one world nation agenda. Shut up. We're gonna be talking about some things this week. Did you hear plans? Trump plans for 10 regions. Did y'all ever hear about the 10 kings in the Bible? Or did you just hear about Hunger Games? We're gonna talk about that in the next couple of days. I don't know what he think he's doing, but baby, y'all see the writing on the wall? We're not about to play with him. So while he's doing all of that, he's distracting us with more war games. So since September, he has been bombing allegedly drug warships in the Caribbean Sea. Okay. And with that goes to say, he did not have any authorization. He does not know if these boats are actually drug warlords. And we do know at least one of the ships that was hit was a ship from Guam. What has made this even more egregious, that has both sides, Democrat and Republican, saying, wait a minute, is that they're going back after they shoot the boats illegally, but then shooting the captive. So it's getting kind of crazy. All right. So this is so this is, let's get to your comment before we start because we're gonna be breaking it down. It says, if you separate yourself from the BS, then how do you feel about the Black community and the ignorance that they portray? That has nothing to do with this topic. Again, what are trolls? And I'm gonna call you a troll because you already see the name of this subject. This video. But what I noticed, Black community, my people, they don't want us to talk about this from, how can I say, a critical thinking perspective, have our people ready and pushing back based on this stuff. And I'm saying I'm talking about our government. Let's keep this real. When Martin Luther King and Malcolm X started talking about international issues and how they were riling up the Black people to take a political side, what did they do? So please don't pay attention to the ignorant people in the audience trying to get me to stop because I got this big forehead on crump and we're going to be talking about some stuff. Black community, this is for you as well. We need you to pay attention. So anytime a Black woman or somebody talk and we're not talking like them, selling our soul, that's what you get. When I make a video about the Black community, come on in and we'll talk about it because I spank on their butts too. But this is not a black or white issue. This is actually an international crime issue and all of our lives being taken away, baby. When they make these 10 regions, if you ain't part of that crew, you're going to be right next to me, swapping up and scooping up doo-doo. That's what the hell they want. So coming here correctly. Again, I do actually, you guys, leave your comment, but make it make sense. Because y'all know y'all gonna make me get at y'all. Don't make me do it when I first got here. I have a whole lineup. So let's stay focused. All right. Thank you for being here. So as of December 2025, this month, Trump administration had intensified the military diplo, um, diplomacy and pressure on Venezuela, highlighting that Congress don't know anything about this. We don't know anything about this, and we don't want this. We're not securing our borders properly enough to even move forward to do something stupid like this. It's just dumb. Which, but let's just go. All right. So they're calling these people, the measures they're taking is counter narcotic efforts. Um, but what this goes to say, it looks like he's signaling for a regime change in Venezuela. That's what it's looking like. The same MO. Oh, we're going to protect our nation, your nation from terror. Terror, 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 terror. And then it gets into, well, we want our people in. Well, we need these resources, just like what's going on with Ukraine. Now you got Trump saying, look, this peace treaty is going to be based on what resources we can get from you too. Let's go. So I know I said a mouthful. Let's get to it. U.S. military to attack Venezuela. Trump refused to rule out actions against Maduro. This guy done lost his mind. Please hit the like button, guys. We're working on our streaming every day. I'm going to be presenting new things, getting new equipment, making sure our sound is good. But until then, help me out. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Before I start and everything be playing. Okay, cool. I just want to make sure that I'll have one video playing for you guys. So let's see how Trump is ramping up things because, like he said, he want to close their air, which he has no authority to do. You're not the president of the world. You don't control international laws in airspace. He wants to do that too, and now he has our military like right there. Like we can stretch our people even further, highlighting we got sleeper cells. Let's go.
Every boat we knock out, we save 25,000 American lives. That's right. And if you look at our numbers, the drugs coming in through sea are down 91%. I'm surprised there's 9%. I don't know who's doing the 9%, but it's down 91, and we're going to start very soon on land, and I'm sure you're thrilled to hear that.
No, we're not.
A single exchange has set off alarms across Washington and the hemisphere. In a Politico interview, U.S. President Donald Trump repeatedly declined to rule out sending American troops into Venezuela, refusing to say yes, refusing to say no. I don't want to rule in or out. I don't talk about it, he told Politico, leaving the military question deliberately open. Alongside that silence came a warning. Nicolas Maduro's days are numbered, a line that instantly pushed the crisis back into the global spotlight.
So this is what he's doing. He's making it seem like Maduro is some type of drug warlord, and that is not the issue. I hear your comment, and you said in the comments, you said fentanyl is killing everyone. I respect that. I'm going to address that in Jabo 3000 said, I know 5 people that died from fentanyl. Okay, so let's talk about it just a little bit before we continue this broadcast. First and foremost, you guys know I'm a healthcare provider, right? All right, so since I've been a nurse for over 13 years, going on 13 years now, one of my main issues was the way we treated people who were drug seeking. You know, that was a big taboo about how you treated people who were drug seeking, where they would say, hey, pain is subjective, just give them pain medicine, this, that, and the third. Now, mind you, if you use that language, you were like, when you know, when me as a healthcare provider, I was seeing people becoming addicted because of the numerous amount of prescriptions that the doctor was giving them, highlighting that they were escalating the volume and mixing medications just to allegedly alleviate pain, highlighting that these medications don't actually alleviate pain or actually heals. What it does is just block receptors, and it lower your some of them lower your conscientious level that you can't even react, especially fentanyl. So let's add to this too, since we're going to talk about the fentanyl thing, okay? Fentanyl not only is being pushed through our healthcare, okay, just ridiculously. I have heard of stories where pharmacists have wrote thousands of prescriptions to people who they were not supposed to get it, i.e., out here in Atlanta and other places up in rural countries, rural Caucasian countries who's getting prescriptions, bulk prescriptions to sell fentanyl. So for you to just blame an outside source, first and foremost, let's start here. Our whole practices in healthcare is making people addicted. That's just like when they went after the people who sold oxycodone, that family that just had that lawsuit a couple of years ago. Oh, they didn't tell that they was going to be highly addicted and da, da, da. This is the same thing they're going to do with fentanyl. Secondly, let's highlight this. I say this a lot. We are not protecting our borders. So we got to make it make sense. We're working backwards. Our borders are completely open. Trump never finished the damn wall. He could have went back in and allocated some of this money that he's wasting on border patrol. ICE out here kicking our ass, just like somebody said. It was, here's your comment. It said ICE love me, called me a cunt. But it's okay. ICE is going to be getting out of there. That's our tax dollars that's going to ICE to kick our ass when they can be going to the border, coming up with a comprehensive plan to stop the people from actually entering the border, work on the wall, use our national guard to work on the wall. You know what I'm saying? Let's do the little things like that. That's why others don't want us to talk. Don't want people like me to talk, because I'm going to come with a comprehensive way to look at this, to fix this, instead of saying, no, Trump for life, Venezuela got drugs. No, we're not about to play that nonsense. So I do understand, 5 people who died from fentanyl, but then you peep this. The way that they handled the fentanyl addiction was much different from the way they handled the crack era. Let me make you remember it, because I hate when I say it, but oh the fuck well, because we were the animals in the what did they call it? The criminal predators. That's what they called it. So instead of blaming y'all for your use of drugs like they did us and locked our black asses up, now they giving y'all excuses. This government killed your family. They gave them these methadone fentanyl clinics that was allegedly here to wean them off of fentanyl. Oh, I know there's verbatim, baby. So don't blame them. Let's blame the inside of the house. So instead of you weaning these people off of drugs, you're giving them a new type of drug. What's the new type of drug that got Elon eyes rolling in the back of his fucking head? Excuse my language this morning. The ketamine. And that was my finishing point in the nursing. They talking about, well, he came here with an 8 ball overdose, cocaine, fentanyl, alcohol, blah, 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 all of this stuff. I'm like, okay, what am I supposed to do with this? How are we supposed to get him to stabilize? Because we gave him 5 EpiPens because his heart stopped. We had to give him oxygen, and all of a sudden he just wake up and he okay. 5 minutes later, he did. Next minute, he back up. This is what I dealt with in that hospital, dealing with y'all fentanyl and the way that they was treating y'all and our healthcare system not knowing what the fuck to do with it. Okay? It starts with us. Okay? I'm sorry. Because I'm not going to have pity for that. Because we were the criminal whatever, top offenders, whatever Hillary Clinton said. So instead of y'all being the top offender now, they make an excuse and they killing you in the process. You thought that was a way to coddle y'all and give y'all needles to shoot whatever, clean needles. They never did that to us. They killed 5 people in your family. Let's talk about that. Okay. Now, let's get back to the subject matter. I know I'm a little passionate about that because I'm a healthcare provider and I felt like they were killing us all more at a faster rate if you were black and homeless, or homeless, but they were killing us all with these crazy ass practices. So let's talk about that before we keep blaming Venezuela and you're trying to make Maduro the damn drug lord. That's not what it is. He said, all I want is peace. And all Trump wants is a piece of their damn land. That's what it is. Let's go. Hit the like button. Thank you. Love you guys. Appreciate it. All right, where's my volume at? So this is what Trump doing, y'all.
Whatever he decides is okay with me.
Good, yeah, I
So
love
every
you
boat
too.
we knock out of the water, every boat we save 25,000 American lives. That was a boat loaded
Hold
up
on,
with
y'all.
drugs.
Hold on. That is not my camera. My picture making Trump look better. This is the second time I done said on this live that this man face orange. Stop it. Okay, stop distracting me, his makeup people. Y'all know y'all can get a better makeup base than this. My baby orange. Okay, I'm sorry. That was a little bit of ADHD. Let's go. Sorry.
They were trying to turn the boat back to where it could float. And we didn't want to see that because that boat was loaded up with drugs just like everything else. But every boat we shoot down, and I don't know if you know, we're 92 or 94% down in drugs coming in by the sea.
Where is this statistics? We're gonna look this up, okay, guys. Y'all know I'm gonna look this up. Not today, but let me write this down real quick. And then I do wanna let me write this down real quick. You said that it's also young people dying. Yes. When I was telling you about the 8 ball cases, both of the cases that I had that they gave me were young people. It was one guy probably like 30 something, and the other one was 21. He was going through it. I forgot what he did, but his mama loved him. He was like, "What did I do to my mama?" I said, "You did some bad stuff. You was wilding on her." And then he just died. And we brought him back to life. Then he died again. And then mama was like, she was so exhausted. But I do respect what you're saying because it's our young people and they're making it like in the internet makes our young people think they can't be touched. That like they'll watch people take all these drugs and knowing for real they're not doing it on TV, but our kids' head they think that this is real and they do it, and they end up being in a bad situation. I'm gonna move on from this, but I just want to talk about this one episode. I just saw this cops episode where these teens that was in college, a 14-year-old got in the head because they were not only in all of these type of on the campus, but they kept pushing one of the guys to keep doing more. I think it was heroin or something, and they was like, take more, and that guy took more, and he literally let loose, like he lost his mind. He didn't even remember. He ended up shooting up inside of the dorm. He ended up unaliving the 14-year-old. It really made me cry because the stepbrother who was involved with selling all of this stuff, he left his 14-year-old brother in the dorm room unalive. It literally took 3 hours for the cops to even go back to go look at the boy because of all of the stuff that the guy that was high on fentanyl and all that stuff was doing. The guy, just to tell you, this is real. This is not a joke. We have to handle this. After he killed the guy, he killed the young boy. They all ran out the room. The one that was kind of, he was off. He was blown because he had all of these drugs in his system. They caught him on camera with the gun in his hand in the parking lot. He put the gun down, did a backflip with his shirt off, picked the gun back up, start running, ran across the campus to the top of the roof of a whole nother building, stark fucking naked by this time, calling his mother, saying, "Listen, I don't know what's going on. I think I shot somebody. I'm tripping. I'm da 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 da." His mother is the one. His mother called and said, "Look, I think it's a shooting. Da da da." It was ridiculous. So I'm telling you this story to agree that it's our young people as well that's being influenced by this and being hurt as well. That's why we have to step it up as parents. You gave your kids to the school system every single time you sent them. You don't know what they were learning and what they were subjected to. That's why I homeschooled after a while when I came to Georgia because I said, listen, I'm going to have to balance out socialization versus education because these kids are socializing too much and they don't have any education. So we have to take responsibility for this as well because those parents, they knew a little bit of what the 19-year-old boy was doing that was in college. He was doing all types of stuff. And his 14-year-old brother was like following in his steps coming to the dorm. And he ended up getting, that was such a sad story. I'm going to put it at the bottom because it made me cry. And y'all may not cry Trump lovers because they were Spanish, but it hurt. It hurt because I got college students. So I know this go down. It's not a joke. So again, I know I got a little distracted, but we got to bring truth to power in real life to these situations and not just keep it in the political terms here. We're suffering as a nation and we need to do things better. So Trump basically says, listen, with his old orange ass face, we may be going into Venezuela because I said so. Plain and simple. And guess what? Maduro is not afraid. That's why while I was getting all my information about this, all I kept saying is, "Dame chula." You know why? Because the last live, his ass bust out and started dancing. After he said, "Well, I want peace. I don't want no problems, but we're going to stand up for our nation, just like most other nations is doing, i.e. Haiti. We don't need your help. We don't want you to come in here like the guy said, yeah, you barbecue. Well, let us deal with barbecue. Why the fuck do you gotta come in? If barbecue ain't making enough to come into your country and do what he gotta do, just mind your damn business. And that's real. So why the average American needs to care about what's happening in Venezuela? I know some of you guys feel away about Fox News, CNN, whatever. I share all news from all around the world. You will see it here. Today you're going to get a word from Fox News and why we should be concerned. Thank you guys who have been with me from the beginning, and you guys starting to see a trend in my commentary, because I've been brought this up in September when I was like, oh snap, he in the Caribbean Sea, and people was like, what? And now it's just hitting. So I'm glad we one of the first few content creators outside of the news that started pushing this stuff, because we have to pay attention because we have a lot of sleeper cells here. And who we got on the screen? Look at that. All right, getting kind of hectic. Let's go.
Joining us is
Hit the like
Congresswoman
button.
Maria Salazar, who serves on House Foreign Affairs. Welcome, Madam Congresswoman. There is a Nobel Peace Prize winning woman.
We don't want what he said. Wait, he said 300 Pin King. You said why? Because Venezuela is screaming for help and no one else will do it. In which way? Because they don't want American help. They don't. We kind of broke down what happened, how there's been a systematic approach to take down Venezuela through different administrations since Bush. Okay, so what help are they calling for? Because when I hear him talk, Maduro, he's saying "Damala Machula," huh? We sticking together. He said we gonna fight to the end. We don't want y'all. So tell me what help they want for real? Because I don't think they want our help. Shit, I don't want American help either. That shit come with strings.
How much longer does
Hold on. Are you gonna do another commercial? Okay.
Well, thank you for the opportunity. Always great to be with you. I think he has hours or days. The latest information is that Maduro just offered the Trump administration for him to leave, and in his replacement, leave this lady by the name of Delcy Rodriguez, who happens to be his vice president. You know, what gall. What gall these people have. You know, communists are in the business of power. This lady is worse than Maduro. The vice president is the one who runs the repressive apparatus where the political prisoners are being tortured. She has enriched herself $70-80 billion in trafficking gold. But thank God that the Trump administration knows exactly who they're dealing with.
Oh, so she sound like this vice president sound a little bit like our president, enriching herself off of the nation. Yeah, sounds a little bit what's going on with us. But then we have the kettle calling the pot black, talking about, oh no, you can't do that. Well, we could. How much money did Trump and his family made off of just his presidency alone? The pot calling the kettle black. But I'm scrambling for information. Nah, we just putting it together comprehensively so people who have a mind and a soul and a heart can pay attention to what's real and not the propaganda. Universal knowledge. I appreciate your opinion.
With and we're dealing, like you said at the beginning in your introduction, the Venezuelans. That's why the Americans, the average American citizen, needs to care about what's happening, because they have given a platform, a beachhead to our enemies: China, Iran, Hezbollah, Hamas, the Russians. So it's time to, and besides, they are terrorists, they're drug traffickers. So
the whole hold up. That's just like saying the whole country here we filled with pedophilia and gay people. So they're all just criminals? Because we got a lot of pedophilia and a lot of gay people here that's very prominent running our nation. That's how we represent people? I thought y'all don't like the all or nothing. They're all criminals. Maduro is a drug lord, and they're uniting the other kingdoms. Yeah, they coming behind them, exactly what he said. Russia been propagated to say, yo, I got you, Venezuela. China already propagated months ago to say, I got you, Venezuela. That's why I was confused. At the same time that China said they had Venezuela was the same time that Trump went to go meet with the Asian countries and things like that. And he's trying to set up something with them after talking shit. Y'all confuse me. Y'all forget about all the stuff he talked about these people, and then you try to set up some type of relationship contracts with them. This is dangerous and stupid. So I want to show you how the escalating is going, because how many more links can we have opposing Russia? And I'm just going to say this. I think Russia want that beef. They want the beef, egg, cheese, and ham. Every time something happens and America's going into something, Putin like, yo, I'll help you on the other side. Y'all ain't peeped that? They sick of us. They sick of us. It's time. They're coming after American currency, calculated. Our economic outlook is looking crazy, and Trump is doing more to hurt it. Yeah, they want us to shut the hell up, but we ain't doing it. We about to Malcolm X and Martin Luther King their ass. What they stopped our black community from paying attention to and having our own opinion. You want us to be conservatives like you? No, we ain't no kiss ass. I'm a little bit conservative, but I ain't no hoe. I ain't no fool. I'll be damned if I be like, what is that cop? That cop that be getting played out by Mega, but he always talking up for y'all. I'll be damned if I'm him. You got me messed up. I'm conservative. I know law. I know rule. I know nation, but I ain't no fool. Please, y'all better get it right. This is the new black conservatives. We ain't y'all. We ain't y'all. We will not have a red Trump hat on looking stupid. And I won't have a blue one on either. I ain't mad at you. I'm just saying. Shut up. I ain't Democrat either. Let's go.
American citizen, and
I'm in rare mood today, y'all.
All right, let me follow up and touch on both of the issues you raised. Number one, how is Nicolas Maduro in a position to dictate the terms of any succession plan? Number two,
because it's his country. I like him though. I like his screwball head, because when things were going down, he used to speak up. But now he sounds a little crazy. Why? How do Maduro have the power to talk on the behalf of his nation? Because they actually elected him.
Tell our viewers why they should care what is happening in Venezuela. They care very much about the Middle East, and Venezuela is much closer to home.
And I think that's a very good point that you're making. It's just like Marco Rubio, Secretary of State, said, if we want to make America first, we want to make America great and put America first. What happens in our backyard, the proximity, they're so close to us that we could be harmed.
Yes, he did. He got elected, J-Bo. Go show me where he did. Put the link that he elected himself. Why do they have them people out there dancing with him? I'm tired. I just showed y'all the last video. They was like, Damana Machula. Huh. They was out there dancing. They want Maduro. Where? In what news? Is it American news? Because here I'm showing y'all Indian news and all types of news. These people here are going to tell you what they want you to hear. This is the propaganda, all of this. But we're going to listen just a little bit, okay? But at the end of the day, stop it. Come on, no. Somebody said no country is going to help Venezuela. I literally told you the two countries that have gold-backed currency today. They got gold-backed currency and we don't. They're going to help Venezuela. Those are who help. And Venezuela didn't even ask for it. Why? They need help? Because these two countries can't stand America, and they like, fuck it, we about to beat their ass for you. That's what they said. That's exactly what they said.
Very rapidly. For instance, the drug that is coming from Colombia is Venezuela is the
which one is it, Colombia or Venezuela?
Pad, and then that's why it gets to Miami and to the rest of to the United States so quickly, because Maduro has given Iran a platform and the terrorist organizations to launch.
Instead of you telling me to do more research, won't you just come and put the facts here and put a link, and I'll pull that link up and read it. I ain't here to play. I'm here to slay. I love to learn. So if you about to show me something new, 300 Pink King, come on. I love it. I want the truth. I'm not, let's say I don't propagate bullshit. I don't have an agenda. My agenda is to be the people who survive. There's only going to be a few of us. It's not going to be all of y'all. It's not going to be all the people who follow the herds and want war and hate people and drama. If you're a true Christian and you read the book, you're not going to survive. I'm trying to be the survivors here. So, 300 Pink, drop the facts. I will read. I'm like, yo, this is what it is. This is my update. I always correct myself. That's how you survive in healthcare. You can't keep a mindset when you have different people who come in here, different backgrounds, different ethnicity, and you just got a one-track mind. That's how I never lost a patient. So never think that I'm that type of person, especially the new people. Get to know the content creator before you come in just propagating stuff. Because I'm gonna blow your freaking mind. Let's get off of Fox. I see why y'all don't like Fox News. God, that's a whole lot of propaganda. Get to the damn facts. Now, what I'm about to show y'all is from, I think it's from India. It's an Indian news broadcast, and they're going to give us a little bit more information about what's going on. Okay, this one is, y'all ever heard of this place? It's called, not place, Time Now World. Russia warning full-scale conflict. If Trump targets Venezuela. Did y'all know that? Or y'all just hearing the propaganda talking about, oh, how good we are, how big we are. Y'all know that he came out already, said, bitch, move. I dare you. That's what Putin said. Wait, did I ever say the word ignorant? If I did, that means that you have lack of knowledge. That's not being on a high horse. Some things we're ignorant about. Stop being sensitive here, baby. Let's act like we're adults, okay? I like you, some dumb beat. Yeah, that's a great name. Let's act like we're adults here, okay? Know what ignorant is. Just because they're trigger words for you guys, they're not trigger words for me. The whole time since I started here, I have people calling me niggas, putting it all up in the thing. That ain't a trigger word for me. That because I have emotional intelligence. I need you guys to have it too. I'm gonna get off your high horse. Why? Because you see the God in me. You see me on that high horse. Not one time did I put myself in a high horse. I literally talk like I'm from Newark, New Jersey. But I just got that hood intellect. Let's go. I'm not better than y'all, but I am a little advanced when it comes to my spiritual growth because people out here, they dead. And I'm trying to bring y'all to life. That's it. Who's gonna be here? Put a one. Who's gonna be here when Revelation starts? Who wanna be here after the trumpet sing? Who wanna be here to recreate? Me? Me? Who want to endure and understand instead of losing their damn mind behind propaganda and drama and hate? Me? Me? I hope you guys too hit the damn like button. We don't have time for this. They're moving faster than our ignorance. Now I'm using the word our ignorance. Get it together, baby. I love y'all. Y'all know I'm the mama here.
A new geopolitical flashpoint is opening in Latin America. The Trump administration's national security strategy shifts U.S. focus back to the Western Hemisphere, signaling interventionist pressure on Venezuela, a nation firmly inside Russia's sphere of cooperation. For Moscow, this is a direct threat to its influence. Russian Foreign Ministry spokesperson Maria Zakharova warns Washington is resurrecting the Theodore Roosevelt doctrine.
Okay, we're going to get to the Monroe Doctrine next live. I brought that up a few times. The Insurrection Act, the Monroe Doctrine. We're going to get into it so we can know legally what he's doing not right or what he's doing right and what he's implementing. So I like this because they're giving us more, conceptual information. We were just watching Fox News and all you heard was a bunch of propaganda. Now, I'm not saying everything is facts here, but damn, at least we could get something. Shout out to Time Now World. Fill 'em up. I have the links to all the people I used today at the bottom.
Giving itself authority to intervene in Latin countries under the guise of stabilization. Russia specifically calls out the Pentagon's escalating pressure on Venezuela, accusing the U.S. of setting the stage for a conflict to unseat President Nicolas Maduro.
Exactly.
Moscow warns The outcome would destabilize the entire Western Hemisphere.
We hope that the White House will manage to refrain from further sliding into a full-scale conflict, which threatens to have unpredictable consequences for the entire Western Hemisphere.
In Caracas, leaders echo Moscow's alarm. They say any U.S. intervention won't just be against Venezuela, but against popular sovereignty worldwide.
Y'all see what I'm saying? And now I'm not just like we showing war power and our boats and our thing. They doing the same thing. Now I know they're a little country. They little, but they not backing down. And I would not either, especially understanding coming from the Haitian nation. We're not going to give our land up and our resources. That's just not the way it is. Just like how much y'all fighting in the comments about what you believe. And thank you guys. I see y'all up in there. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Getting at it. Y'all talk to each other or whatever. Y'all work that out. Let's deal with love. But at the end of the day, just like with Haiti, we just want our own nation. We want to live our own way. We don't want to be under no one else guide. Because we could set up a contract with you for resources, but then why you got a strong arm? Why you got to come and cause all this conflict? Flooding guns into these other nations. Yes, America has the highest manufactured guns. That's who distributed to the world. I'm gonna tell you. So they said, if you do this, you're basically continuing the trend of us having sovereign nations. That's what's setting Trump off, because Trump, like, I see what Ukraine is doing. Ukraine and went under not United Nations. United Nations basically, once they have hold of your money, your politics, they control your trade and everything. That canal that's right there in Ukraine will stop major exports. If y'all know what's going on with Russia and Ukraine, they're tired of it. They're sick of it. They have watched the United Nations scoop up different countries by way of war and debt, but then the country that was actually had the power behind the United Nations as far as dictating what would be the new policies for certain nations was America. Because if you learn about United Nations and it actually what it does, it's supposed to help countries fix their economy, give them a loan, but then they have to follow certain rules and regulations. But then you get back into the mechanics of the United Nations. It's whoever sponsors, what country sponsors and play a role in their whole board. Whoever has the most weight has the most word. So that's why Russia was getting mad at the United Nations. Like, yo, America is not the United Nations. Y'all can't make policies for other countries. So you have America doing their thing on a slide with CIA coming in doing, but then you have the United Nations that's coming in scooping up like, I can help y'all. Now your country's in destitute and y'all got all these guns and let's help. Do y'all see the setup? This is consistent though. We can plug this into so many countries. It just made it real for me when I saw it happening to Haiti. I was like, oh, snap. Now, I've been seeing this pattern since the age of 12 years old, following politics with all my grandmas and stuff, listening to 10 Wins. Like, what the hell? But when it hit Haiti and we had to live through it and we're living through it, I said, oh, that's how all these guns got in Haiti. That's how Barbecue got this shit. He was connected to the CIA. Oh, that's how that president, the last three presidents of Haiti got dragged and killed because they wasn't elected. Don't do that here. Don't do that in another nation. I don't promote that, but that's how Levi handles shit. We don't play that. Eye for eye. But y'all don't do that. But that's why we killed so many presidents out there. Because they were put in by you know who. And that's real if y'all ain't understand what's really going on in Haiti. So again, Russia's saying in like you're not going to be taking people's sovereignty. You're going to stop this trend and we're going to be the helper.
Nosotros, we are grateful to the peoples of the world for the support they have given our country, to our struggle, in our struggle today, in today's battles. What is happening in Venezuela today could happen tomorrow to any other people. During the previous occasions, they have blamed the Venezuelan opposition, describing it as fascist and as an instigator of
No, they're not really different. They're not. They work hand in hand. United Nations and NATO. I should have made it distinguish, but they're really not. They work the same way. NATO, United Nations, the way I broke it down is how they work. They got the money. NATO is the one that's coming in with all the war powers, and y'all put yourself together and make a war. They work hand in hand. So NATO is different. I was talking about United Nations and how they take over countries and how we're playing the police. And now you got Russia playing Robin Hood. Like, I'm gonna be the real big, good, big bad wolf here.
North American military intervention in the Bolivarian nation.
And no, not every country in the world has subjected themselves. That's one thing.
US-backed
Not every country has got under United Nations. Russia is not under United Nations. They refuse to because of this stuff. So not every country. You know, it's hundreds of countries, right? And we just one country, right? Yeah, not everyone. They didn't get everybody yet. That means we had the New World Order.
Whose goal is to topple Maduro and overturn the Bolivarian Revolution by force.
Wow.
Reinforcing Russia's narrative of regime change aggression. Sadly, everything is linked to and connected with the fascist opposition here in Venezuela, because since they have no votes, no people, they turn to violence as an alternative. So much so that they turn to violence as an alternative that they call for a military intervention in our country. So much so that they call for a military intervention in our country, despite never having any popular support.
So you're saying that these fascists, what are they saying? They don't have a vote. Like, what does that mean? Because everybody's not fascist over there, whatever. You know, that's just a political term to separate people. But could you give me some detail on that? Okay, because I'll come back and do some more research on that. But I know they're not all fascists. I don't know if that's a separate political party or whatever. But educate
Russia
me
and
on that one.
Venezuela argue the US is not acting alone, but using regional proxies to legitimize an intervention. One example they point to is Panama being floated as a mediator, which Caracas dismisses as a front for US interests. In Panama, there is no government. There, they do whatever the United States says. Whatever clown is there saying that, I don't know with whom. What is he referring to? Mediator in what? In what? That government should mediate with its own people. Here in Venezuela, we are very clear on what we are doing and what is done in this country every day. Russia says this confrontation is bigger than Venezuela. It's about stopping the US from regaining hegemonic dominance in a region long beyond its control. With Moscow dug in and Trump pushing peace through strength, Venezuela may become the next arena of a US-Russia power showdown, this time on America's doorstep.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for the correction. Some dumb, I don't like saying that. But yes, you are correct. They're not in NATO. So I will correct that. And they're part of allegedly the UN Security Council, but they have significant issues. And they've been talking about getting out of that, out of the UN Council. This is just a damn membership that they pay for. So you're 100% right. So thank you for correcting me. They don't like NATO. They're not part of NATO, Russia, but they are part of United Nations, and not all countries are part of United Nations. Not all countries. But thank you for the question. Like I said, I don't mind being corrected, baby. Hit me up with the facts. We adults here. Ain't nobody perfect. I'm from a region of the United States that gets certain news. You're from a different country or whatever, and you get certain news. No one can be 100% correct unless you just a straight dictionary. 9 out of 10 that been altered. So thank you. But I knew Russia ain't beat for both. Russia don't. Russia is not happy with UN and what's going on and how they're letting the other countries run rampant and do all of this crazy stuff. Let's just say that. At least I can say that. So let's watch this. U.S. fighter jet flies over Venezuela coast as military cost adds up for taxpayers, and that's what me you need to be concerned, baby. Where my $2,000 that Trump said he was going to give back? trying to buy us for midterm. Give me my damn $2,000 back. I swear. I'm gonna see what the penalty is for federal taxes, and I may not do my federal taxes. I'm gonna keep it real. I ain't telling y'all to follow me, but fuck this. If the penalty is cheap, I'll hold my federal taxes for 4 years. Yep. So I'm gonna let them do this. They could whatever, not with my hard-earned money. Please. Shit. Let's go. I make a lot. I'm a good, healthy
In an interview
taxpayer.
with Politico, warned that he may extend his military campaign against drug traffickers to Mexico and Colombia.
Since September, the U.S. military has taken out more than 20 suspected drug boats from Venezuela, killing nearly 90
You shouldn't
people.
be
Tonight, Charlie
confused. Don't be confused. And if you do hear something that's not right, put it up there. But make sure that you listen to the whole video, because some of you guys are asking me stuff that I already said earlier in the video, because I've been running my mouth. So just make sure that I haven't said it already. You shouldn't be confused. But if you are, just take your time. Take it easy. Be all right.
It takes a look at the cost of the military campaign in U.S. tax dollars.
This afternoon, 2 F-18 fighter jets like these assigned to the USS Ford aircraft carrier circled near the coast of Venezuela as President Trump warned the country's leader, Nicolas Maduro, that the military campaign against the cartels could go beyond boat strikes.
You want to see him out?
His days are numbered.
Can you rule out an American ground invasion?
I don't want to rule in or out. I don't talk about it.
Questions over the legality of strikes on alleged drug boats and the second strike that killed 2 survivors topped the agenda as Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth briefed congressional leaders this afternoon.
Okay, let's make a bet, y'all, that he don't get fired in the next 7 days. 7. I got 7 days. Y'all tell me what y'all think. He's about to be the fall guy for Trump because all of these illegal hits, this regardless if they felt like regime strength or whatever they wanted to do with Venezuela, there were certain ways that they could have did it smartly. This guy is a fool. He even had his wife inside of the text exchange about things that he was doing. National security information. He's fired.
Would he let every member of Congress see the
I bet you.
unedited
Okay,
videos
let's
of the
see, True.
September 2nd strike? His answer, we have to study it.
While the Trump administration weighs further action, the costs of Operation Southern Spear are racking up. 11 warships deployed to the region have cost over $200 million.
Wow,
and
he
those
froze
B-1 bombers that have flown
our stamps. And then, guys, y'all know obviously right now I don't collect food stamps, but I'm gonna say our stamps. Mega. Okay. 45% white population. About $200 million went to this bullshit. Come on. And then gas is not even going to be the top commodity in a couple of years because AI taking over. Come on, let's get up on the time. We are already obsolete as a nation when it comes to our petrodollar, holding it by the sword. We got to think of a better way. I mean, are we still confused here? Am I not speaking about things that's the truth? Like, come on, we got to do something better financially. We're going after Venezuela for their oil reserves, just like we're doing with Haiti. And guess what? We're going into new technology that we may not need as much, which will still make us
out
obsolete.
of the U.S. to buzz the Venezuelan coastline, $173,000 per flight hour.
Oh my
That's
God.
a lot of hardware for what so far has been a drug interdiction mission, says retired Marine Colonel and military analyst
I passed
Mark
out, y'all,
Yancey.
twice.
You're using an asset that's designed for taking on China and the Western Pacific in the teeth of advanced weaponry and using it to take out boats with motors, with outdoor speedboats. It can do it, but it's overkill.
Now, U.S. lawmakers are threatening to limit Secretary Hegseth's travel budget unless he releases that video of the second strike to full Congress. Hegseth says it's still under review because it contains some sensitive information that should remain classified.
Yeah, that sensitive information is that y'all asses just over there bombing people. I want to say thank you for being with us today. The people that can handle the truth, release your mind and your soul. I only got 10% on my battery, so I'm gonna be cutting this short a little live. I still have, cutting this live short. I do apologize. I'm on go because I slept good. I had got my rest. So I got like 10 things on my mind at one time. So I'm gonna cut this live in an hour, like at the hour point, but we will be back. I think I'm gonna do the part 4 on this tomorrow or on Friday, but we do have some other things to talk about how Trump is trying to butter people up for the midterm elections, and that ain't happening. He's trying to get Candace Owens to shut the hell up, all of them. He's like, what about the midterms? Let's just focus on keeping Trump in and keeping these people, or whatever. No, no. Drain the fucking swamp. That's what we're doing. So, we're gonna stop right here because obviously, no, 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 we got that bomber. Let's just do this. Ooh, I got a few things I want to share with y'all, but I don't want to go over the hour point. We're gonna be come back. I got some things to do. Trump asks whether let's see, Maduro counter. He got a lot going on. Maduro ready. Y'all forgot. Let me show y'all this. I think Maduro shot down a warship. He did. I think he shot down a ship. Let's watch this. I think he shot down an American ship. Yeah, we didn't even know it. Let's see. I'm trying to. I know one of these has said it. Let's see.
Activated and armed, will be out marching in cities across Venezuela. This is Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro's special strategy to counter threats from the United States. He has also activated the new peace squadrons to guard Caracas and patrol its neighborhoods. It started with US President Donald Trump's vow to wipe out foreign cartels trafficking drugs into American borders. Washington launched anti-drug operations across Venezuela. The US also announced a bounty on Nicolas Maduro, doubled it to $50 million, and seized assets linked to him. The US says Maduro is one of the world's largest drug traffickers and a threat to its national security. America wants Maduro behind bars. The US military has...
So we got to get Trump behind bars for being America's largest pedo. Shut the hell up. Y'all know y'all mad. Y'all mad. I mean, how y'all gonna call him a drug cartel when we have a whole pedo? Okay, shut up, y'all. Y'all know I'm gonna rag and get people mad. Let's go. Okay, hold on. I want to watch. It says since the CIA has existed, publicly said that it was sending the CIA to kill. Hold on. See, wait. Let's watch this. Oh, let me read this again. Okay, let's start it again. U.S. President Donald Trump. Oh shoot. Let's start this again. Hold on, y'all. I'm moving too slow. I had to mute it because, it was speaking another language. It threw me off. Let's finish off with this. Okay, this is the proof that the CIA agents was sent over to these countries. It says they have always done it. Look at that. I'm going to read it to y'all because he's speaking. Machula. Huh. Hit the like button. I love you guys. Thank you for being here with Miss Grace. President of Venezuela responds to Trump's CIA announcement, but never before had this existed. He's moving too fast, or I read too slow. It says basically the CIA have come over in the past to overthrow the government. The U.S. President Donald Trump has not explicitly said that they're trying to change regimes. However, formal diplomatic ties between, it's going so fast, y'all, I can't even read it. But let's see if it's not speaking English. Trump administration has increased its bounty on his head. They just want to say our people are aware that they are united. So he said, I just want to be. So basically, he said, I want you to be aware that our people are united. They have million eyes on us and what's going on. And it says conspiracies against the peace and stability of Venezuela and to win the peace and stability to which the people of Venezuela are entitled. All right. I know I kind of messed that up. Everything was just going so fast. So with that goes to say, Maduro is not playing. Trump has a little battle on his hand because at the end of the day, financially, we're stretching ourselves too thin. Security-wise, we're stretching ourselves too thin. Our borders are not protected, no matter how many boats they shoot down in the Caribbean Sea. If they go to another country and bring it in through another way, it's still coming in. It's because we don't have our borders protected. On top of, they just said $127 million per hour for the bomber planes just to be out there. You know what we could do with that printed off fake ass money? Shut up. I know what money is. It's print off. It's digital currency on the screen. But you know what we could do with that? We could fix our nation. We could actually take the homeless off of the street instead of trying to lock them up and drug them and make it illegal. So with that goes to say, I've been on for 55 minutes. It is 9:34. I want to say thank you so much for being Miss Grace. I'm only on for an hour. I will be back tomorrow. We may do the part 2 so we can see the direct talks from China, what they're saying, and direct talks from Russia, not from American news, from news that's set through my VPN, baby. I got a dope VPN, and this is the reason why we have this broadcast, okay? So we can talk outside of the status norm, outside of the politics. I'm not like somebody was like America first in my chat one day, and I said humanity first. It was when God blow this up, it's the evil people that's going, and He's not basing it on coincidence or in areas. Okay, He's not. He's gonna base it on the heart and what that society has produced. And just know silence is acquiescence. Go ahead and sit in the back and be quiet and say, I have nothing to do with that. And that's why I stood up as a nurse and said, because I couldn't sit there in silence and watch them kill a population of people with these crazy ass practices, just trying stuff. So the same that I have for that is the same you're going to have here. So I want to say thank you so much for being here, Miss Grace. You have an amazing day. We are not doing, usually on Wednesday, we're doing our food giveaway in Atlanta, but I'm not in Atlanta. I'm on a business trip. Shout out to my new business partners, all the new people I'm going to meet. God is expanding our horizons. You guys, if you have businesses, if you have, just things that you're working on, don't let nothing distract you. Don't let like thinking the world going to come to an end, revelations, none of that. You know why I work so hard? Because I know that once this place is destroyed, and it's not just America, it's when our Lord and Savior, Yahshua, that y'all call Jesus, come down and take his land back. We need to be prepared for that. We need the ones to build a nation because the earth is not going nowhere. Just like when they flooded the giants. Yeah. Just like when they burned down Sodom and Gomorrah, our Lord and Savior. The earth ain't going nowhere. It's the wicked people. So whoever wants to be here afterwards, preparing for righteousness and getting things ready and looking at the system of what's wrong with it and how to fix it. Because I'm not saying everything in this system is wrong. Because we set it up. It's not the crooked politicians. It's me and you who were literally in these positions, creating programs, creating quality assurance or whatever. All of those federal workers were